Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of Teachin Tuesdays. So we know that God's good despite what our circumstances say, right? But remaining faithful to God in the midst of bad conditions is a pretty difficult step. It's easy to give up and cave in when it seems like nothing's going right as we're following the Lord. Oftentimes our perspective gets off and we get this idea that if we do what's right, everything will be good and run smoothly. More times than not, though, doing the right thing comes with delayed benefits, and doing what's wrong comes with an instant gratification. When everything's messed up and we just want to be free from the pain and anxiety of it all, choosing to do it our own way sounds pretty good. So it's very important for us to decide ahead of time. Will we remain loyal to God no matter what comes? This week, we're going to take a look at Daniel chapter 3. And a great example comes from the trial of three young Hebrew men by the names of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were in exile in Babylon, facing being burned alive for refusing to bow and worship the king's statue. They wanted to remain faithful to God. Look at what they say in verse 18. They tell the king of Babylon that God can save them from him. They go on by saying that even if God doesn't save them from this, they will still not serve his gods or worship his idol. How could they do such a powerful thing while facing death if they hadn't already made up their minds in the matter beforehand? There's something that we all need to take a look at inside of ourselves. What would we do if we were in this situation? What choices do we make now when we feel afraid or threatened of something? John chapter 16, verse 33 says, "I have told you these things, that in me you may have peace. You will have suffering in this world, but be courageous. I have conquered the world." In the midst of whatever it is that we're facing currently, just remember that God's got our backs. Hold tight and have faith because his timing is perfect. "For I know the plans that I have for you," declares the Lord. "Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." That's Jeremiah 29:11. Make the decision to stick with God no matter what, because he's always faithful, and his love for us extends beyond what we can ever comprehend. Things may not always be sunshine and rainbows, but the same one who calms the wind and the waves lives inside of us, and he's got us covered. Till next week, I love y'all.